Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. Today I want to talk about a team. I want to talk about my favorite team, the Ottawa Senators, and as you have already read in the title, another lost season for them. The team started a rebuild now quite some time ago and it doesn't work. This year was supposed to be the Senators make it back to the playoffs. All their young players have developed pretty good over the last years. This year, with some additions and more experience of the young players, they're supposed to be back in the playoffs. And what happened? Yeah, nothing. Right now, the Senators are on a 5-game losing streak. This is not the longest losing streak so far this season. They already had a 6-game losing streak from December 13th until December 22nd. Now this 5-game road trip, which started off in Vancouver, then they went to Seattle, Edmonton, Calgary and Buffalo. They lost again all 5 games in regulation. So no points in the last 5 games. I'm sure there are several reasons, but their game doesn't click altogether. There are days like we saw them twice this year. Both games they played in Stockholm in the Avicii Arena, against the Wings and against the Wild. We saw both these games live in the stadium, and yeah, the game against the Wings, it started fantastic. They were up 4-0 and they blew it in the second period. This could be a summary of the whole season. They have a lead and they blow it. When their offense works, their goaltending and defense doesn't. On other days, like the game against the Wild, their defense and goaltending worked. They allowed only 1 goal, but then their offense doesn't work. They scored only 1 goal. They won both games, one in the overtime and one in the shootout. But yeah, shootout is clearly just a skills competition, which doesn't say anything about how the game is played. And the overtime, yeah, they were just lucky and the Wings were a little bit gassed maybe. All the other games they had in recent time, they lost clearly in regulation, although having a lead here and there, but they blew it. What is the problem with the Senators? What can they do? Right now, I have no idea. They changed the coach, they changed the GM. There is a new owner in place that, of course, is bringing in his people that he thinks will work with the team. But what is with the players? There is their leading scorer right now. It's Claude Giroux. He is 35 years of age. He has a lot of experience. He has now 12 goals, 22 assists, 34 points in 37 games. For a 35-year-old, this is very, very respectable. And I do not think that Giroux is the problem. I think the problem is with the young guys that the post supposed to be at the point now where everything clicks and they can make their way into the playoffs, and it doesn't work. Tim Stützle is 21. He has now 34 points in 37 games, which is okay, but he has just 7 goals. His shooting percentage is at 6.7%. 6.7. That means out of 100 shots, only 6, less than 7, make it into the goal. This is one of the worst shooting percentages on the team. By let's see, Drake Batherson, for example, he has a 15.1% shooting percentage, third best scorer on the team right now, with 31 points in 37 games. He has 14 goals, 17 assists. For Batherson, who is second, maybe third liner, that's fine. Brady Tkachuk, 37 games, 17 goals, 12 assists, 29 points. For the captain and supposed to be leader of the team, that's not enough. And his leadership is, I think, not there either, with his team leading 88 penalty minutes. Yeah, when you're aggressive and the team is winning, that's fine. But if you're aggressive and the team is losing and you do not, the spark doesn't jump over to your teammates, but they are shorthanded and they allow goals shorthanded, this is not the way you help the team as the captain. They brought in Vladimir Tarasenko, who is their 5th leading scorer, 35 games, 9 goals, 17 assists for 26 points. Yeah, Tarasenko is 32. His totals are okay. Are they worth 5 million a year? Okay, it's only for 1 year, but he's supposed to be one of the additions that helps them to get over the hump, to get into the playoffs. And he just wasn't it. Josh Norris, 33 games, 12 goals, 8 assists for 20 points. That's just not good enough. Some players on their D, yeah. Chikrin, 37 games, 7 goals, 19 assists for 26 points. For a defenseman, that's okay. Jake Sanderson, who's supposed to be better, 5 goals, 15 assists for 20 points. That's not good enough. And just let's have a little look at the plus minus, because this is really frightening with Brady Tkachuk at a minus 10, Dominik Kubalik minus 14. The best plus minus player, the 2 best plus minus players, Tarasenko has a plus 10, and the rookie Ridley Gregg a plus 12. All the other guys are either around, okay, Matthew Joseph with a plus 7, that's okay as well, but Giroux is a minus, Stützle is a minus, Batherson is a minus, Chikrin is a minus, Sanderson is a minus. This is just not working, it's not good enough. I picked the Sens to end up, was it 4th or 5th in the division and in a playoff spot. And yeah, they let me down. My favorite team definitely let me down. What can I say about that? Altogether, it's not good enough. When their scoring works, their defense and goaltending lets them down. When their defense and goaltending works, their scoring lets them down. They cannot hold leads. They blew so many leads this season, like the 4-0 they had against the Wings in Stockholm. Yeah, altogether, it's another lost season. What can they do? Can they draft more players? Because they have supposed to be excellent young players on their roster, like Kastelik, who is 24, like Parker Kelly, who is 24. Thomas Chabot, he was hurt for quite some time in the season. With 26 now, 15 games, 8 assists. That's not good enough. Jacob Bernard-Docker, defenseman, 23. Brandstrom, defenseman, 24. Ridley Gregg, 21. Okay, he's a rookie. He is, like, for me, Ridley Gregg would be the only untouchable right now on this roster. Sanderson, 21. Josh Norris, 24. Chikrin, 25. Tkachuk, 24. Stützle, 21. Batherson, 25. This is a team that should arrive at its peak now or in maybe within the next 3 years. They should be at their peak and compete for a Stanley Cup. This was the plan put in by the late Eugene Melnyk. We take the young players, we give them a shot to build up the team around them, and it doesn't work. So what should the Sens do? Should they trade off pieces and go into another rebuild, get more draft picks, get more prospects, projects maybe? Or should they go out and sign older players, more experienced players, veterans, to lead along the young group? Because I think this was one of the points that was missing the last years, when they had only the young guys and no veterans to bring them along. I thought the signing of Claude Giroux would take care of that, but obviously it was not enough. The Senators are a team that, definitely let me down. And also their goaltending, I mean, look at Jonas Korpisalo, who is a starter, the starter for the first time in his career. He was a long time in Columbus and the co-starter with Elvis Merzlikins. Then they traded him to LA last year. There he was pretty good. He put up a .921 save percentage, which is pretty good, and a 7-3 record, which is pretty good also. This year he is down to an .887 save percentage, 7 wins, 15 losses, 369 goals against. And their backup, which is Anton Forsberg, the guy from Sweden. We saw him win the game against the Wild there. He was pretty good. But altogether, he has now a 889 save percentage, 3.35 goals against, 7 wins, 8 losses. And I think he's injured now. At least he was pulled off the last game. I have no idea. Do you have any idea what the Ottawa Senators can do? Not to research this season. It's over. They have basically no chance to make the playoffs. Right now they are, let me check. Right now they are dead last in the Eastern Conference and are 19 points behind the Tampa Bay Lightning for the final playoff spot. 19 points. I have no idea. What can we do as Senators fans? Yeah, keep on going to the games, keep on supporting the team. Yeah, sure, but we fans, we want to see some progress. The plan of Eugene Melnyk was to be in the playoffs last season. One more year down the road, and the team is further out of the playoffs than in the last 3 years. I have no idea. Do you have any idea how to help the Ottawa Senators? Let me know in the comment section below. And yeah, I don't know what else to say. Then, thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe. And see you soon back on the channel when I can talk about hopefully a more positive topic than the Ottawa Senators and their 2023-2024 season, which is basically over this day, January 12th. With this 5-game losing streak on the road, it's over. It's gone. Another lost season. See you soon here on the channel. Goodbye.